Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Darby reacts to Shannon Beador being called a terror while filming Real Housewives dating series. Love Hotel has yet to premiere, but it's already been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. The Real Housewives spinoff features Shannon Beador, Gizelle Bryant, Darby, and Luanda Lesseps, who recently wrapped up their filming after 3 weeks and was thrust into the headlines in the aftermath. Joel Kim Booster, the spinoff's host, shared a series of online messages in which he called Shannon a pathetic drunk for treating people poorly on the show. He went one step further by bringing up Shannon's ex-boyfriend, adding, "I can't imagine what John Jansen went through." Of course, Shannon's storyline on The Real Housewives of Orange County this season has been dominated by her legal drama with John, so many unhappy fans spoke out after Joel mentioned her ex. Now that filming has wrapped, Ashley is promoting the upcoming return of The Real Housewives of Potomac, and was asked in an interview about Joel's outburst about Shannon. The RHOPOG revealed that she and the rest of the cast were shocked about the whole thing because it came out the day they left Mexico to return to the US. So that caught everybody completely by surprise. And out of respect for Shannon, who, we're very communicative, all of us. Luann, Gizelle, Shannon, and myself are very communicative about how to handle this, she added. We want to be really sensitive to Shannon. It sounds like Ashley is Team Shannon in this situation, and she's still trying to comprehend what happened. Just to say that it was quite shocking, very shocking, and Joel, I gave him props. He did a great job on the show, as you'll see, but that was quite surprising. Caught all of us completely out of left field. Shannon has yet to respond to the drama, and may not until the series airs in 2025. Details about the show are scarce aside from the fact that we have 4 legendary Real Housewives searching for love. Surprisingly, we've waited this long for a show with our favorite celebrities. Still, we hope the off-screen drama doesn't overshadow what could be a great format and an excellent next chapter for the Real Housewives. We've already seemingly lost the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, so it's time we got some new shows set in that universe. There's a rich tapestry of cast members to choose from. Ashley is poised to be the center of the drama during RHOP Season 9, the show's first without Robin Dixon. Darby couldn't believe her eyes as she scrolled through her social media feed. The headlines blared with drama, and her phone buzzed with text after text from friends and castmates from the Real Housewives of Potomac, all buzzing about the latest scandal involving Shannon Beador. Apparently, the Real Housewives of Orange County star had been called a terror on the set of a new dating series she was filming. Ashley's perfectly manicured eyebrows raised in surprise, but she couldn't help the small smile creeping up on her lips. She'd known Shannon for years, though they weren't besties. They'd shared enough Bravo crossovers and reunion stages to have formed a certain bond. Shannon, with her larger-than-life personality, emotional outbursts, and often polarizing opinions, was nothing if not entertaining. But a terror? That was a bold claim. Ashley set her phone down and took a sip of her coffee, glancing out the window as she mentally replayed her encounters with Shannon. Their Bravo universes often collided at big events, but Shannon's intensity never quite made its way to Potomac drama levels. If anything, Ashley had always thought of her as a bit fragile, an emotional roller coaster, sure, but not a terror. "Oh, Shannon," Ashley said aloud to herself, shaking her head with a laugh. "What did you get yourself into this time?" She could imagine it now, Shannon, throwing her hands up in the air, eyes wide, as she passionately defended herself in the face of drama. That was Shannon's signature, after all, fully committed to her emotions, for better or worse. Whether she was sobbing over a failed relationship or accusing someone of betrayal, Shannon's energy was always at 100%. The idea of Shannon filming a dating series, though, was interesting. Ashley had heard about the project through the Housewives grapevine, and part of her was curious. A dating show seemed like the perfect platform for Shannon. She was single, after all, and her love life had been a roller coaster of ups and downs. It made sense that Bravo, ever the genius in capitalizing on housewives' personal lives, would put her front and center in a love quest. Still, to be labeled a terror suggested something more than just the usual Shannon-level dramatics. And that word, it hung in the air like a thundercloud, threatening to unleash even more chaos on Shannon's already public personal life. Ashley tapped her phone screen and navigated to one of the blogs reporting on the story. According to the latest gossip, several of Shannon's castmates on the dating series had voiced concerns about her behavior. One anonymous source described Shannon as overbearing, emotional, and impossible to work with, claiming that the reality star had disrupted filming with her tantrums. There were even whispers that some of the men on the show had been scared off by her intensity. Scared off? Ashley muttered with a chuckle. Come on, it's Shannon, not Godzilla. But as she thought about it more, Ashley could imagine how Shannon's high-strung personality might clash with the kind of environment a dating series created. Filming with a bunch of men vying for your attention, while the cameras captured your every move, was bound to be stressful, and if Shannon felt the heat, she'd no doubt react. As someone who'd lived her own life under the Bravo microscope, Ashley sympathized with the pressure. Dating on TV wasn't easy. Ashley had gone through her own marriage and divorce while on Potomac, and it wasn't exactly a cakewalk. People saw the drama, the breakups, the makeups, and the shade, but what they didn't see was the emotional toll it took on the women living it out in front of millions. And Shannon, with her history of volatile relationships, was no stranger to that emotional weight. But still, a terror? Ashley shook her head, swiping through the blog's comment section. Fans seemed split, some defending Shannon as misunderstood, and others lambasting her for her constant victim mentality. As she read through the opinions, Ashley couldn't help but wonder what it was really like on set. She thought about reaching out to Shannon. They weren't besties, but they were part of the same Bravo sisterhood. Housewives often had to stick together, especially when the public turned against one of their own. She knew how it felt to be on the receiving end of harsh criticism, to have her actions dissected by people who only saw the version of her that made it to air. Ashley had been there herself, and she couldn't help but feel a bit protective over Shannon, despite their differences. With a quick decision, Ashley tapped out a text message. Hey girl, saw the news. Hope you're holding up okay. Let me know if you need to talk. She hit send and set the phone back down, a sigh escaping her lips. Shannon had always been a polarizing figure, but Ashley knew that the headlines didn't always tell the full story. There were two sides to every situation, especially in the world of reality TV. Ashley leaned back in her chair, thinking about how easily things could spiral out of control when filming. One moment, everything was fine, and the next, you were painted as the villain of the story. She had experienced it firsthand, and she knew Shannon was likely feeling the sting of being misunderstood. A few minutes later, her phone buzzed. It was Shannon. Thanks, Ash. It's been tough, but you know how it is. Editing is a beast. They only show the meltdowns, never the calm moments. But I'll survive as always. Ashley smiled at the response. Typical Shannon, rattled but resilient. She could imagine her sitting in her kitchen, a glass of wine in hand, venting to her friends about how Bravo had once again edited her to be the emotional wreck. Editing really is the worst, Ashley typed back. But just remember, the real ones know who you are. This too shall pass. We need a Bravo girls trip after all this is over. Shannon's reply came quickly. Yes, please. I could use a break from all this dating nonsense. Let's plan something soon. As Ashley put her phone down, she realized that despite the chaos of reality TV, there was always something uniting about it. The friendships, the experiences, and the knowledge that they were all in the same crazy boat made the drama worth it, most of the time at least. And as far as Shannon being a terror, Ashley wasn't buying it. Shannon was dramatic, sure, but who wasn't in their world? If anything, it made her more relatable, even if it sometimes caused a few waves.